Hi, I'm Jeff Conn from Kunes Honda, and welcome to Kunes Car Convos. Today we're going to be picking up Jenna Hull from the United Way in this beautiful 2023 Honda Pilot Elite. We are here with Jenna Hull from the United Way.
How you doing?
Jenna, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for asking me.
So we're rookies at this, so we're going to just kind of fly by the seat of our pants.
Yeah.
So, Jenna, just tell the folks out there what you do for the United Way, a little bit about yourself, where you're from,
Okay.
what you do, and
Okay. So I'm Jenna Hull, and as he said, I work at United Way of Adams County here in Quincy, Illinois. And I'm the Director of Development and Communications, so I'm in charge of kind of the campaign and things like that. I've lived in Quincy my whole life. My husband Jamie and I have been married about 28 years. We have 4 beautiful children. And I've been at the United Way for about 3.5, 4 years. And United Way is super important. A lot of people are kind of a little bit confused on what we do. So we always try to clarify our message. And, we really fund 17 nonprofits that you've probably heard of, Jeff. You've probably heard of all of them. And we really work on raising money for them so that they don't have to spend that time and money, and they can spend their time and resources on direct programs and services that benefit our community.
nice.
Yeah.
We've been a proud partner with United Way, I know, for several years, and so we're super excited to kind of find out about some of the programs that you guys are a part of.
Yeah.
In the meantime, while we're driving to one of the first stops, what do you think about this 2023 Honda Pilot?
I got to be honest with you. I kind of want a new car. It's beautiful.
Jamie, are you listening
I
out
know,
there?
Jamie, you got to listen, because this will fit all of our children, and we even have a couple extra seats. So it's hard to find something. We just got back from a trip from Alabama, and trying to fit 6 people in the car and luggage
Right.
is very, very difficult. So, and we don't have a beautiful luggage rack or anything like that. So we just stuffed everything in there. So I'm kind of feeling like I need this new Pilot in my life.
Perfect.
I love it. It's got 6 seats back there.
Yeah, we've got room for
Oh, I
7
love it.
passengers, so yep, we can
I
fit
love
7
it.
in here. So
Yep, I think we need it.
all right.
What are you driving?
I am driving a Honda Pilot as well right now,
Nice.
so I've got that as a demo for right now. So
Nice.
I get kind of lucky. I get to kind of bounce my cars around a little bit.
That's
so.
lovely. Yeah, you can drive one for a bit, and then if you see something new you like, you can grab it. Should have probably been a car dealer.
There you
That
go.
might have been good for me.
You need to be in sales.
I should.
That's
I love
exactly where you need
I
to
love
be.
cars. I love it. So, yeah, so Kunes is a huge sponsor of United Way, as you were saying. And you guys are actually our headliner sponsor this year.
Yes.
So we are super excited, and thank you guys all so much for that, because that makes a huge difference to us when we're working on fundraising and when we're working on our annual meeting and our campaign kickoff and things like that we typically don't have a very high budget for. So you guys are going to help us elevate all of those things this year. We sure appreciate it.
Good.
Yeah.
We're glad to be a part. Greg Kunes is our owner. For those of you that from the Quincy area that don't know Greg, Greg built our dealerships on 3 founding principles, which are faith, family, and giving back.
Oh, I love
and
that.
I think the one that we're the most proud of is the giving back. So 10% of everything we do as a dealership at the end of the month goes right back into the Kunes Family Foundation. And simply by us as a dealership sending those requests up to Greg and his team, they'll allocate those dollars back into our community, and
That's
this is a perfect example of how we're able to give back into the Quincy
Yeah.
community. So
Yeah, and so while we're stopped at the stoplight, Jeff, I did get you a shirt with our new campaign slogan on it. So I wanted you to have that.
nice. All
And
right.
it's "You Are United Way." If you guys can see that, I don't know. It doesn't matter. But
Right.
anyway, I got you this shirt.
Well, thank
so
you.
you would have that. And I also got one for Matt. So we'll give him his
Perfect.
when we stop off.
Outstanding.
So yeah, super excited. So we're going to go downtown, and we're going to hit some places. And we should probably drive by the United Way first.
We can do that.
Don't you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So our office is downtown. We try to be kind of centrally located for a lot of our clients so that we have the ability for them to be able to walk if they can't drive or take the bus and come and see us. And we have a helpline that we run A lot of places in our country have the 211, which is a great help, but we are lucky and blessed here to have our own local helpline. So our local helpline is Reggie Friel, who I know is a great friend of yours.
Right.
And so she's there Monday through Friday to answer the phones and give referrals and resources to people in the community who don't have the answers to some of those questions. So we're pretty lucky.
Nice. For those that don't know where the United Way is at, what's the address, Jenna?
So it's 936 Broadway, Suite F, and that is downtown at the back of, for those of you familiar with Quincy, it's the back of the subway building, directly across from Blessing Hospital.
Right.
So, yeah. And there's a lot of our partner agencies down there too, so it'll be good.
Well, for those of you that can't see in front of us, we do have one of Quincy's police officers in front of us, so we're going to obey all the traffic rules at this point. So, right? So.
Yeah, wouldn't that be funny? I would not want to get pulled over doing
Yeah, this would not be.
No, that would not be good. Yeah.
Would not go over well for anybody at HR.
No. And I learned something new today. You guys have 44 locations?
A little over 30 franchise dealerships, and then with our RV stores, we're pushing that upper, pushing over 40. So
that is
sure.
amazing.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I mean, I knew that you guys were regional, but my goodness, that's a lot of places and giving back 10%. I mean,
Yep.
man.
So I believe the year was 2021. For those that didn't know, that we were the #1 philanthropic dealership in the entire United States.
Wow.
For that year. So Greg does a great job with giving back. So.
You should be very proud of that. That's amazing.
So we are on our way down to Horizons of Quincy. The United Way proudly supports them throughout the year. So tell us a little bit about your partnership with Horizons.
Yeah, so we've been partnering with Horizons for quite some time, and most of you that live here locally know that they do own run a soup kitchen. But that's not the only thing that they do. They also have a guided food pantry, which I love, Jeff. I actually volunteer there only because it's so much fun. They're guided food pantries. You basically would have someone walk in and you get to take them through the food pantry and help them to discern what would be good for them to pick. So for example, if they're getting ground beef, then maybe they should get hamburger helper and not tuna helper, like that. So it's really cool to walk through and you get to kind of get to know that person.
Right.
And, you know, month after month when they come back, you might get to see them again, and it's quite interesting. So I really love it. And they've got a couple fundraisers coming up too, and I know you always go to those because I always see you there, but their Blue Light Ride for Hunger is coming up, as well as their charcuterie in the community.
Right.
Yeah, so those are going to be great events.
We were actually able to work with Horizons last year in a food drive that we did throughout the entire auto group, where we had different dealerships compete with one another about boxing up the food.
Oh, fun.
And so it was a lot of fun to participate. And I can't remember the total number of meals. I was thinking it was close to 200,000 meals that we totally were able to donate to different food pantries throughout through our group. So
and as you know, the need is so great right now because inflation is putting prices through the roof, and a lot of our clients who maybe have not needed us before are truly coming in now and needing some assistance. So it's huge that you guys did that. It's amazing.
So where are we headed next?
Let's go to the Salvation Army.
All right.
Yeah, so most people are familiar with Salvation Army, which is why I throw that name out there. And if I can look at my chart real quick here, I can tell you what we fund here in Quincy. So the Salvation Army has their emergency social services. So they have their shelter down here, their homeless shelter, but then they also have a social services agency within there that helps people to get back on their feet, will help people with rent, with housing, even with clothing, food, those kind of things. So that is one of the programs that we at United Way fund every year for Salvation Army, which is pretty amazing. You know, they've got the Croc Center, and that's amazing too, but the social services and the shelter is really where they can dig deep and help people who are truly in need.
So like the dollars that are spent in Adams County, how many of those dollars stay in Adams County? So,
that's a really great question, and that's something that people don't understand. A lot of times they see that United Way logo and they think of the national or the global United Way, because we are global. We're the largest nonprofit by donor in the world.
Okay.
And a lot of people look at that and they say, oh, you're given to United Way, that's probably going to the national or the worldwide or whatever. But when you're in Adams County and you donate to the United Way of Adams County, 99% of your funds stay directly in Adams County.
Very nice.
They fund the programs here, They fund the salaries and the staff positions that we do, and they keep it all local. We never spend any money outside of Adams County.
Nice.
Which is pretty cool. Yeah. So last year, for our partners and for our fiscal agents and things like that, we gave out over $835,000.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. So, and it's important to know that because, you know, we're not just a fundraising company. Like, we are truly investing in the community. We're trying to make sure that the most important programs that are important to our donors are the ones that are being funded.
Right.
You know?
I think a lot of people miss out on the time that with what the local organizations are doing and how impactful they are right here locally.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I've been really proud and happy to work with the Kunes Auto Group about is that everyone that does business with our dealership
Mm-hmm.
in some way is giving back to the community that they live in.
That's a great way.
And
to
so
say
it's
it.
really kind of a fun way to, it's not so much where you buy, but what you buy, so to speak, but maybe
Sure.
where you buy it at.
Yeah.
And so we were really proud to be a part of that giving
And
back.
why wouldn't you
atmosphere.
want to
So,
do that? Because
right.
you're going to spend the money on a car anyway. So why not spend the money on a car that you love and also give a little back to the community?
Sure.
It's a great idea.
So Jamie, this is a down payment towards the new Pilot.
That's right.
Jamie, that
That's right.
Jenna's going to drive
My
here.
anniversary is coming
coming
up.
up.
I think I need a new Pilot in my life. It really is a beautiful car. So what's your most popular car? Do you know?
The CRV is our #1 seller.
Okay.
So Honda did a big model for the 2023 model year.
Mm-hmm.
So they did a new design for the Civic, the Accord,
Uh-huh.
the HRV, the CRV,
Okay.
and the Pilot. So
Fun.
we've had a new lineup to kind of show our customer base, and they've done a really good job with it. We're really proud of it. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. So when did you do that? What year was that you revamped those?
2023 was the model year for the new body style.
Okay.
So
Cool. So we're
And-
coming up on the shelter down here. And I don't know if you've been down here before, Jeff, or worked down here, but they have a shelter here which has around 25 beds, I believe,
okay.
depending on the day, because sometimes if it's really hot or really cold, they'll go ahead and put cots in the common area. Even though they don't have a room to stay in, they'll make that room for people. But they also have a food pantry here and a bread line that's open every day from 11 to 12. Heidi Welty is the director down here, and she does an amazing job. She really believes in people, so that's that right there.
So this is down on 5th and Broadway for those of you that are not familiar with where the Salvation Army and
Yep.
the Croc Center and their thrift store and those type of things are at.
Yeah, it's
all
catty
right down
corner
here.
from the Croc, so you can see it from there, and they do a lot of good down there. We really love funding them. And what some people may not know, which I think is kind of important, when you're donating items, right? You go to Goodwill or you go to Salvation Army or you go to a thrift store that you know. What they do at their thrift store is they fund that shelter.
Nice.
So any of the money that they get, any of the revenue that they get that's over and above what they owe on that building goes directly to the social services of the shelter. So I like to bring my stuff down here, even though there's a couple thrift stores that are a little bit closer for me. I like to come down here because I feel like you said earlier, you're doing double good.
Right.
Yeah. So we can take Broadway and drive by Bella E's if you want.
Okay, we
You
can
can
do
go
that.
by the Y. I feel like you should sing a song though.
I think I'm not going to sing a song, but we are going to have Jenna sing before we get out of
I don't know
here.
about that.
So she is going to karaoke something.
I
So.
think it's funny. Watch out for this guy.
So tell us a little bit about, I know the United Way does a lot of campaign drives, if I can use that word, is that
Sure.
the right way to phrase that, throughout the
Yeah,
year?
that's great. Mhm.
So help us with some of the main upcoming events that we can let our listeners
yeah.
be aware of,
Great idea.
so that they can participate.
Mhm.
I have enjoyed getting to be a part of the Quincy community by attending a lot of these events. It's been very enjoyable, not just so much just on the social standpoint, but just to learn about the organization. So tell us
Yes.
about those a little bit.
Yeah, so our kickoff typically for most United Ways starts at about August. And by kickoff, I mean that is when we start our fund drive. And so ours is going to be August 8th at one event venue, which I'm sure you're familiar with. And we'll be kicking off the campaign. We'll be introducing you to the campaign chairs for this year, as well as the campaign chairs for next year. We'll show you our campaign video. We'll do a really short little thing. We're gonna have some amazing food from the Abbey. I'm
Nice.
so excited about that. And just do a really fun kickoff event and try to get people to know, So anybody out there that wants to come to that, you're more than welcome. It's $10 donation a ticket, and lots of great things there. We'll have a cash bar, of course, and it's called The Sky's the Limit. Blue sky is the limit. So wear your United Way blue. We're hoping everybody will do that, and it's going to be a great time. I know you'll be there, Jeff. You're always there for us,
right?
So we appreciate that. Yeah. And then we'll do a couple fundraisers throughout the year. I don't know if you knew that we were doing the Queen of Hearts.
I did not know. No, tell us about the Queen of Hearts.
Yeah, so we're starting the Queen of Hearts as a fundraiser this year. Campaign chairs, along with Scott Edlund at On the Rail, came up with that idea. So we'll be starting that on August 15th. That's a Tuesday, and we'll be running that every Tuesday until somebody wins. So the great part about that is, you're going to win something, but then so are we. So it's 50% goes to United Way, 50% stays directly in the pot. And something a little different that we're doing, every place has like a 50-50 raffle. We are telling you ahead of time, you may not donate your 50-50 raffle back to the United Way, because sometimes people feel like they have to do that. But we're saying, nope, you're going to keep all that money. We're going to just take the pot from the Queen of Hearts, which is a weekly thing, and then the raffle that we run every night, that's a 50-50. That's all your money. Now, if you want to make a donation to the United Way later, that's great. But we don't want you to feel obligated that you have to give back that 50-50. So we're saying that night you cannot give it back. And hopefully we'll sell more tickets that way too.
That's fun.
Yeah, so we'll be doing that every Tuesday on the rail. The drawing will be held around 7:30.
Okay.
So you can come early, grab a drink, grab some dinner, and then you can buy your tickets then. And then we'll be doing that. We'll pull one number at 7:30, and then that person will get to choose one slot on the Queen of Hearts board.
Nice.
And we're hoping, of course, that they don't select it the first week, because we need that to grow.
It doesn't cool up, right?
Yeah,
We need some bad pickers out of the
we
gate.
need some bad pickers, or
Right.
at least like the first 10 weeks, I'd say.
There you go.
That's what we're hoping for. So we'll see. So that will run all the way through until our campaign annual meeting, which is in March. And we're doing something really cool about that too. And I know you came last year. We're going to add a little fundraiser in this year called Partners in Blue,
Okay.
which is going to be super exciting. Our partners are going to be involved in it. So we have 17 partner agencies again here that we fund, and they will all be taking part in this fundraiser called Partners in Blue. And there's other agencies that do this at art centers across the country. But basically this first year, what they'll be doing is they'll be taking their logo, and they will hire a florist, and that florist will try to do something creative to make it look like their logo.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so when you come to the campaign kickoff, you'll see the first example of that. The flower girl is going to be making us ours that looks like the United Way logo. So it's going to be a really awesome fundraiser. All of our partners are extremely excited about it, and it's just a new fun way to get people engaged.
Nice.
Yeah.
A little shout out to the Flower Girl.
Yes.
The Flower Girl drives a Honda Pilot from Kunes
Oh,
Honda.
So
awesome!
a little shout out to her, and
And she does amazing.
she does amazing work. So
Yes, she does amazing. She's done several things for us, and I'll tell you, she's so creative. You don't even have to tell her. You just say, do what you want, and this is what it's for, and it turns out beautiful every time. So we love her. I'm glad she's
totally
driving
agree.
a Pilot.
Yeah.
Did she get it from you?
She did. She's got it
Yay.
decorated up with all of her graphic design. So
Did she get that wrapped?
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
yeah, so if you see that driving around, give her a shout out.
That's awesome. I love it. That just worked out perfect.
Is it?
So fill us in. You talked earlier about the lunch or the meals or the restaurants that's been going on. Fill us in on what that program's
So
about.
United Way Restaurant Days started last week. We kicked it off at Texas Roadhouse, which was actually a new restaurant. And basically what we do is we go to area businesses that are restaurants, or even like an ice cream or a breakfast shop or whatever, coffee even. And we ask them to choose a date and to donate a portion of their sales for that day back to United Way. Typically it's 15%. Some do 20%. And then we also ask that they promote us, we promote them. So we will go out into, their restaurant on that day. The day before, we do a lot of signage. We do a lot of live video feeds and things like that. But we also have WGEM that helps us with that. And they do such a great job with getting the word out. In fact, last week I was on the news at noon just to tell people, where to go tonight. So
Okay.
we'll hopefully have that every week. But check our website, or check the community calendars for WGEM. They're on there every week. It'll tell you which restaurant to support. And it's a quick, easy way to support us without even donating any additional money. If you're going to eat out anyway, you might as well go to Panera tomorrow night,
Sure.
because from 4 to 8, they're going to donate 20% of their sales back to United Way of Adams County, which again stays local. So why not go to Panera?
I think the more you get involved in a community, the more you find out how many people are helping the community. And I think that's really fun to be a part of a smaller town like that. So
It is, and people get to know each other, and we work really hard on, again, the restaurants are helping us, so we want to help them.
Sure.
We work really hard on that. So Panera again is tomorrow night. Ooh, it looks like we're pulling into the YMCA, which is another one of our partners. And then the following week is Jimmy John's, and they're actually doing both locations.
okay, nice.
So yeah, so you can do that for lunch, you can do that for carry out, you can have them do freaky fast delivery. But yeah, so that's the next one.
Nice. So tell us a little bit about the YMCA and what you guys do to help support their program.
So the YMCA, they do a lot in the community with youth sports, but they also do some things that most people don't know about. And so for the YMCA, I'm gonna pull this up so I don't get it wrong for you. We fund their school-age childcare, and so they have childcare in the summer. They also have before and after school care, and the United Way supports that for them so that they can offer those programs at a lower fee than anybody else would be offering.
Okay.
So a lot of parents can't afford to put their kids in all-day daycare if they're already been in school for the week, And so this really helps support that. I don't know the fee-based rate that they have right now, but I know it is significantly lower than going to a child care facility or taking them to a home daycare. And they get to do fun things. They take road trips, they get to play and they get to swim. So, sometimes they do some technology, things like that. But it keeps the kids engaged, keeps them busy, keeps them off their phones and off their tablets for the summer. So it's a great program to have, and we're really lucky that our community can offer that.
All right, so we are nearing the end of our first inaugural
Hopefully we did an okay
Kunes
job.
Car Convo, but I think we have to end this with something spectacular. So I have heard through a grapevine that you have the ability to bust a little bit of a tune, and so as we're winding this up a little bit, I think you need to give us just a couple stanzas of. Give us something, one of your faves. Give us something of your favorite.
Okay, I'm gonna play it.
All right, play it up.
I feel like that's really the only way I can help you at all with this.
All right.
And if you guys cut this because I'm absolutely terrible, I will totally understand.
No, this is gonna be the highlight.
It's gonna be the highlight reel.
The highlight reel.
All right. So I have been known to sing a little bit of Vanilla Ice. I do know a little bit. Actually, I could sing you the whole song, but I won't.
All right, here we go.
But yeah. I'll sing just a little bit. You can sing the Ice Baby. Oh, come on. We gotta make it good, Jeff.
Ice,
There you go.
baby.
All right, stop. Collaborate and listen. Ice is back with my brand new invention. Something grabs a hold of me tightly, flow like a harpoon daily and nightly. Will it ever stop, yo? I don't know. Turn out some lights and I'll blow. To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage, watch it go like a candle. Dance.
Awesome.
You're a good backup
All right,
singer.
there we go.
I'm telling ya.
There we go.
I love karaoke.
Kunes family and United Way. Jeff and Jenna bringing you their version of a little bit of Vanilla Ice.
That's right.
And
I feel like we should do this every week, Jeff.
I think so. Do
you have your own GoPro?
We are going to invest. We're going to invest.
I think we should. We can do it every week, and we can pick up new people, and we can make them sing, so that we don't have to sing.
Perfect. Well, Claudia's going to absolutely roast me for my karaoke style, but we'll have some fun with it.
Well, thank you again for having me on, because I'm super excited to talk about this. As you know, I can talk about it all day.
Absolutely.
And you can too, because you're always supporting. So.
Well, Jenna, thanks so much. And
Thank you.
Kunes and United Way, we'll see you next time.
See ya.